Hi guys, Candace here, and we are going to reintroduce our coaches to you. Most of you guys have already met our coaches, but just kind of like a fun new thing so that we can reintroduce ourselves. Justin is super excited to be here. He loves to be on camera, and bless his heart, he'll just do anything I ask. So
That's fair.
that's a pretty true statement, I would say.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So what we're going to do is we're just going to talk a little bit about Justin today. And I'm excited to see some of the comments. So make sure you leave them below because that's I think our favorite thing to do is pick on Justin.
Yes.
It's kind of like a CrossFit blue light pastime.
Almost.
We're pretty good at it.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll start with like some get to know you questions.
All right.
Where did you grow up?
Upstate New York, just outside of Syracuse.
Okay.
Utica specifically.
Uh-huh.
So like Utica, Rome area.
Yeah. I've heard upstate New York is very beautiful.
I'm glad you've heard that. For like 4 months out of the year it is, and then the rest is just super cold and snowing and icy. So
Yeah, I don't do snow.
yeah, it just depends on
I
what
am
you like.
a sweet summer child, so snow's not for me.
It's all you get.
Yuck. All right. What is your favorite thing to do outside of the gym? So when you're not here, what could we maybe find you doing?
Mostly spending time with the dogs.
Yeah.
All three of them. Just
Yeah.
hanging out with them, trying to get them to be somewhat organized and under control.
That you are a big dog lover.
I am.
So Pounds for Pups that you've done with us, all three are rescues.
Yep,
just
all three are
absolute,
rescues. Just free 99, and they've cost me God knows how much stress. So
I do think I get a lot of text messages about the dogs.
they're insane.
Yeah.
They're insane.
What would you say is your favorite thing about coaching? I know that like when we first did our first set of interviews with you, we were still all kind of like new to coaching here. What would you say since then is probably your favorite thing about coaching?
Aside from seeing the athlete progression, because it's always fun to see someone get something new.
Yeah.
Seeing how it carries over in someone's everyday life.
Yeah.
Seeing someone's confidence from walking in the door, just starting, seeing someone's confidence from seeing them out and about, and how they carry themselves differently based off of what they can do in here is really cool to see how the gym translates in your everyday life.
Yeah. I think what's really cool about coaching is like we have, maybe a smaller coaching staff, but I feel like we get to know our athletes really well.
Yeah.
And so we have these really great personal relationships with so many people.
I think we have a bigger sphere of influence on the athletes than we understand sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially with like the little nuancy conversations in between sets or in between rounds or like during warm-ups and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we as coaches understand like how big of an effect we have on the individual athlete.
Yeah. Or when you catch them like coming in early to chat or stay late and stuff like that. And we do have a lot of athletes that kind of hang out quite a bit.
Yeah.
Well, you talked about like progressions and seeing people accomplish. What's like the biggest mistake that you think or that you see athletes make on a pretty consistent basis?
It's kind of goes back to that model of like thief is the comparison of joy.
Mm-hmm.
I think I said that right. But an athlete coming in that's never tried CrossFit, that sees an athlete that's been doing this for, 5 or 6 years. Obviously, the athlete that's been doing this for 5 or 6 years is going to have an entirely different day with the workout than someone who's never done it.
Right.
And then you see the new athlete leave here almost discouraged because they can't do a muscle up or, handstand walks or dubs. And a lot of those are really high skill movements, and it takes years to develop those skills. So I think it's the easiest way to talk to a new athlete or tell them how to not get discouraged with CrossFit is to just go by their own individual progression and not the groups.
Yeah.
Like, yes, it's nice to have a metric and always, have someone to chase or something to chase.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't compare yourself to games athletes or people that have been doing this for 10 years. It's not the same.
You're right. I think, and it's definitely something that we do see where, you have athletes that have maybe been doing it, and even a year is a short period of time.
Yeah.
And so you see these athletes who've maybe been doing it a year, maybe 2, or like in my case, like 3. And it's really hard not to feel discouraged.
Yeah.
But I think you're right, like making sure that they understand that the progressions are the road that everybody's taken.
Yeah.
Everybody has walked those steps.
No one has walked into a CrossFit gym, aside from a very small populace and just gotten it.
Melanie.
And just gotten it like that. Or Rachel, unfortunately.
And Rachel.
Irritating.
Gymnasts, we see you. Walking like it's hard. Okay, this is my favorite question. Okay, actually, I think it's maybe my second favorite question because I'm going to get to my favorite one later because you've already pre-answered it. But in a zombie apocalypse, If you had to defeat zombies with just one CrossFit movement, what would that movement be? I hope it's air squats.
It's not. I mean, it's never gonna be that.
It's never air squats.
It's probably gonna be snatching. Like, I know everybody hates snatches, but
You're just gonna snatch those dudes?
yeah,
Just
I think I just I kind of zoned out on Olympic lifting for like 6 months because I was so bad at it.
Yeah.
Coming from powerlifting, I thought I could just understand Olympic lifting,
Mm-hmm.
and I realized that the carryover for the two is so minimal.
Yeah.
So I really just took like 6 months and was like, this is going to be my focal point.
Right.
And now that I've gotten to understand it a little bit better and understand the technique of it, I just fell in love with it in a way. Obviously not to a degree that some of the people here can do things, but still, I think it's starting to become one of my strengths when a while ago I just couldn't snatch 135 without falling or borderline ripping my shoulders off. So probably snatches.
Good. Okay. Yeah. I'll go with that. That's probably not the move I would. I would double under. I'm pretty good at those.
I am not.
And I could just whip people with it.
That is true. That is true.
I don't know. I'll have to think on it. Okay. What's the best advice you would give to somebody who's maybe nervous about trying CrossFit or nervous about starting a fitness routine, maybe in general?
Honestly, it's my advice to a lot of things is just send it. I know it sounds super simple and it almost sounds comical in a way, but if you start getting in your head about it and you're in the parking lot and you're just staring at people walking in and out, or you're going through the 8,000 training programs that are online and you're just looking at all this information, it can be a fire hose of information and it can talk you out of it.
Mm-hmm.
If you just go do it and start doing it, it's a lot easier than trying to make the perfect plan or trying to, find the perfect program for you. Yes, we're going to burn through programs. Yes, you're going to burn through, what you do and don't like. There's people who there's people who love mayhem. There's people who are proven. There's so many different options out there. But all those people started, and that's really the big thing, is just going out and starting it.
Yeah, just walk through the doors. Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah, I know it's like the cult CrossFit thing of like getting people in the door and like walking through the door, but it really is.
It is really
the simplest part of it.
Well, it's the hardest though.
Hardest and simplest, yeah.
Yeah. What's your favorite thing about coaching here or being an athlete? Guys, before we started this.
It's not the kind comments, that's for sure.
It's not going to be the comments. That's a new fun thing. No, but we kind of like pre-posed these questions and we did a run through, and he said that his favorite thing about, I said, what's your favorite thing about working here? And he was like, it's not the HR. Newsflash.
We don't,
I'm HR.
She's HR, so my complaints go unanswered.
But what would be your favorite thing?
I mean,
besides your boss, obviously.
The community here is obviously awesome.
Yeah.
This is the first box I've been to where everybody just, obviously there's the rumors of CrossFit drama at every gym, and I'm sure everybody has their own thing, but there's really none of that here. I'm not trying to say we're above anybody, because people have their moments. But the community here is so diverse in a way that's weird to think that we can all still get along. You have everything from, people that come out of ODAs and people that come out of where I came from, to moms, to teachers, to people working across the street at Train. And everybody just kind of blends in a weird, odd, like Munster family way. I mean, everybody seems to always mesh with each other in some way, shape, or form. It's pretty cool to see it all happen. It's been cool to see it happen from, where we were at the kitchen table talking about the inception of this to, we're 2.5 years into it now. It's just been wild to see.
Yeah, you did come to sit at my kitchen table and like, what is this going to look like?
Yeah, it's been awesome to be a part of. As on the athlete side of things, when I do decide to be a coachable athlete, it is nice to be a part of a community that is as encouraging as it is. Because if anybody gets on themselves, it's me. So it's nice to be a part of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is one of the few places where no matter what I've decided to do with fitness, whether it be I want to be super into CrossFit, Olympic lifting, powerlifting, there's always a support level here.
Yeah. I think we have a really great group of people. I talk about it a lot, but like from the coaches to the people that walk in the door, like, you sat at my kitchen table, we talked about this, but like I prayed for the people that came here so hard. And I feel like each person that's walked in this door has like fulfilled a part of that prayer. So I agree with you. They get along. We hang out outside of the gym a lot. Like a lot of people really hang out outside of the gym.
Yeah.
And it's really close knit.
Yeah,
we're not a cult, we're a family.
I think one of the cool things actually is I would think there's an almost level of ego that's associated with CrossFit athletes,
Yeah.
especially once you get to a higher level, and that's completely understandable. But there's really not a lot of ego here.
Yeah.
Everyone's pretty good at humbling each other more often
Keep it real.
than not. So I think it's a nice part of this community that we
Yeah.
can all get along and say the things that we say to each other, and no one takes it offensively or personally.
Yeah, I agree. All right, guys, make sure you come by and say all of the things that you're about to say in the comments. Also say them to Justin. He loves to hear it.
Pay $5, say a mean thing.
Or like whenever we had the what kind of dog was your coach this summer, and somebody put Chihuahua for you. That was fun. I like that. It wasn't me, but I did.
I don't believe it.
But yeah, come by and see Justin, guys. Make sure to take one of his classes. He does coach 6:30 for me every now and then. He's one of the only other people that can wrangle them with me, as much as they let themselves be wrangled. Yeah. And then he's usually here for afternoons and often during open gym. So stop by and see us, get to know Justin, and come say hi. Bye, guys.